So I want to welcome you to From Zero to Lead Magnet, how to use ChatGPT to create your next freebie. And for those of you here that don't know me, I'm Andrea, and I've been using ChatGPT for about 2 years now. And one of the biggest successes I've had with ChatGPT is last year, it helped me grow my email list by 1,000 subscribers in less than 3 months. And just to show you the stats, in June of 2023, I had 59 subscribers. And I have to tell you, I created a number of lead magnets, but really never had huge success with any of them. And I was getting super frustrated, and I felt like I was never going to be able to grow my email list above 100 people. But all of that changed with ChatGPT's help. It helped me to think of ideas and create a lead magnet. And I started promoting my new lead magnet on June 13th. By September 1st, I had over 1,000 subscribers. And I really believe that it was because ChatGPT helped me to create a lead magnet that my ideal customers would want. And for full disclosure, I'm going to say that pretty much all of the new subscribers I got were the result of Facebook ads. The goal of this workshop is to show you how to use AI to make the process of creating your lead magnet simpler and faster, from deciding on an idea to creating the content. I'm just going to take you through the basic steps. And what I want to let you know is when you use ChatGPT to help you create your lead magnet, you want to be clear on who you're creating it for. Now, this is super important because the key to creating a lead magnet that is tailored to your ideal customer is to provide the AI with a clear and detailed profile of your customer avatar. And having this information is super important as it will help to ensure the content the AI generates is personalized to your ideal customer. Without it, you're not going to get responses from the AI that are tailored to your audience's needs and preferences. If you don't already have a detailed customer avatar profile, you're going to need to create one. And so I'm going to briefly go over the basic details that you should include when creating your customer avatar. Now, the first is the demographics, like their age, gender, location, income level, education, etc. Their psychographics, like their personality, values, interests, and lifestyles. Their pain points and challenges, and their goals and desires. And if you need help getting started, I did do a workshop last month that I know a number of you attended on how to create your perfect customer avatar in minutes using ChatGPT. And it's only about 20 minutes long, but it shows you how to get started. And I even provide you with a prompt that you can use. And so if you're interested in watching it, I'm going to include a link below the replay. So once you're clear on your customer avatar, you want to decide on the goal. Like, what is your reason for creating a lead magnet? And people have all different reasons or goals for offering their lead magnet. But for me, what I wanted to do was I wanted to build my email list. And the lead magnet gave me a way to collect their details. And if you have a product or service, you can use the lead magnet to act like a bridge to your offer. And a lead magnet can also help you to show your expertise and knowledge on a particular topic. All right, so now that you know the basics, it's time to decide on the topic of your lead magnet. And the quickest way to do this is just to jump into ChatGPT and ask it for help. So let's go to ChatGPT. All right, so here I am. I am using my custom GPT called Carnivore Kate. Now, it is trained on my customer avatar, Kate. She is into the carnivore diet. She's a beginner into the carnivore diet. If you don't have a custom GPT like I do, what you can simply do is just attach your customer avatar profile to the conversation and you will get really good results also. But really the key is to provide the AI with as much details as possible because you want it to understand who your customer avatar is. And so what I'm going to show you is 3 different ways to get ideas on lead magnets. And because I'm using my GPT, I'm basically just going to have a conversation. I'm not going to use any fancy prompts or use like personas or anything like that because my GPT already knows its role. And so this is just a basic prompt where I'm asking it to create a lead magnet that will help me build my email list. I'm giving it my goal at the top here of what I want it to do. And then I'm asking it to give me 8 ideas for lead magnets for my customer avatar. And I'm telling it the format should be in a checklist. So I'm specifying the format of the lead magnet that I want. And so it's giving me 8 ideas, carnivore starter diet checklist. And it's giving me ideas for these. Oh, this is kind of nice. You just never, honestly, you never know what you're going to get from ChatGPT some days. So this is actually really nice. It separated it into categories and then suggested different checklists for each category, which this is actually really nice. So now I have ideas for about 28 different checklists that I could create. Oh, more? Oh my gosh. Okay. So 8 times 32 checklists that I can create for my customer avatar. So this is actually really nice. And if you wanted to even use this for social media ideas, you can do that too. So next, if you're not sure the type of lead magnet, because if you notice I specified in here I wanted to create a checklist. But say you don't know the type of lead magnet you want to create. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I have a prompt here where I'm going to just ask the AI to suggest a number of lead magnets. And I'm telling it, of course, my goal that I want to build my email list, giving me 8 ideas. And I'm telling it just that solve a specific problem, provides a quick win, and is simple yet valuable. And then for each idea, I'm telling it what to include, the recommended format, a brief description of the lead magnet, and the quick win it provides. And so here we go. So we have 8 lead magnet ideas that are tailored for my customer avatar. And they're just all different. This one is a PDF. This one is a printable meal plan. And notice how it has exactly what I asked it. It has a brief description and then the quick win that my customer avatar will get. And so it gave me 8 ideas like I asked, and these are actually pretty good. And so I do want to show you one more prompt. So for those of you that have a product or service and you want the AI to give you ideas for a lead magnet that act like a bridge to your course. And what I did here is I'm asking it to give me 8 ideas for lead magnets that act like a bridge to my new course. So here's my goal. And I'm telling it what my course teaches. And I just said my course teaches my customer avatar how to get started with the carnivore diet. Now, of course, you can include more than this. The more details you provide, the more tailored the results are going to be. And then I asked it to provide me with the recommended format, a brief description, and how the lead magnet acts like a bridge to my course. And so we have the carnivore diet starter kit here. It's a PDF guide or ebook, a brief description, and then it explains how it acts like a bridge to my course. And then we have carnivore diet shopping guide, 10 myths about diets, quick social survival guide for carnivore diets. And so we have our 8 ideas. Let's talk about creating the content. So we have all of our topics and we have to go through and decide which topic we're going to use to create the lead magnet. When creating the content, so depending on the length of your lead magnet, you may want to create an outline first. And this can help you maintain control over the process and also ensure that it does cover all the key points that you want. But in general, I don't typically do an outline. Unless I have a big PDF that I'm doing, then I'll create an outline first. And so let's go back to ChatGPT and we are going to create content for one of the lead magnet ideas. And so I'm just going to do a very brief prompt. I'm not going to give it anything specific. I'm going to pick one of these. I'm just going to pick this one. I'm going to highlight it and add it to the conversation. And I'm saying, please create content for this lead magnet idea. All right, so section 1. Oh, it gave me sections. See, when you don't give it parameters, it gives you a lot of stuff. All right, so this is actually could be a couple lead magnets, to be quite honest with you. All right, so let's see what we have here. So here is our checklist. Essential pantry staples, salt and mineral salts, pepper, tallow, bone broth, gelatin, apple cider vinegar. And then they have meats. And then we have tools for success, quick tips to get started. So this is actually a really nice checklist. I'm actually surprised. So instead of just having just a brief checklist, we actually have categories. And so what I always recommend here is that you copy and paste these details into a document like Word or Pages or even Google Docs. And the reason I say to do this is because I used to just copy the information here and then paste it into Canva. But what happened to me one time is I spent hours on this one lead magnet and I have no idea what happened, but the document just disappeared. And it was one of those fluke things that never happens to people, but it happened to me. And this was before ChatGPT. So you can imagine I spent so much time doing this all myself. And so I had to go back again and try to remember what was in each section. And so after that happened, I always make sure I have a separate document that has the details in it. And I don't make the document pretty. I don't format it or anything like that. I just really just copy and paste the raw data into my document so I have it. And then I use the document when I'm creating content in Canva. All right, so now that we have our lead magnet done, what we want to do is we want to create the lead magnet funnel. And ChatGPT can actually help you with each piece of the funnel, starting with your landing page. Now, the landing page, this is the page where the visitor enters their name and email address so you can send them your lead magnet. And when asking the AI to create a landing page for you, you'll want to give it details about the format and any specific information you want it to include. And one of the things that I've experienced is that if you just ask ChatGPT to create a landing page for you without giving it any additional direction, it's going to give you something super long and not necessarily something you would want. And so it's important to provide it with specific parameters about what you want it to include on the landing page. For example, if you just want a simple landing page with a hook and then 3 bullet points and then call to action, you'll want to specify that in your prompt so that the AI knows that's what you want. The next thing it can help you with is the thank you page. This is the page that people go to after they enter their email address. And it confirms that their information was received and tells them the lead magnet will be sent to them. And this page can also include like a survey to help segment your list, a low ticket offer, your most popular blog post, or a number of other things depending on your situation. And so what you can do is if you need help, you can just ask ChatGPT to help you. And you can just ask it to provide you with details about what you can include on your thank you page. And it's helpful to provide it with the goal of your page, what you want to learn or what you want your visitor to do. And then you can also use it to help you create a welcome sequence. And so when using the AI to create a welcome sequence, I recommend you start by asking it to create an outline of the series first. Let it know the goal of the sequence, along with how many emails you want in the sequence. It's also helpful if you tell it what you want each email to do. For example, if you want the first email just to provide another link to the lead magnet, you can do that. It's really up to you, but the more details you provide the AI about what to put in your sequence, the better. And I will tell you another thing. If you want the AI to write content that sounds like you want to provide it with samples of your writing or even a writing style guide. If you have a custom GPT trained on your brand voice, you can attach that to the conversation and it will help it to write content that sounds like you. And then I will tell you, if you're interested in promoting your lead magnet, you can ask the AI to write ad copy for you. And when using ChatGPT to help you with that, you want to make sure if you're using the same conversation you used to create the lead magnet, it's really helpful because the AI will have all of the details about your lead magnet. But if you're using a new conversation, you're going to need to make sure to provide it with details about your lead magnet. And if you have like a PDF lead magnet, if you attach that to the conversation, it can help the AI better understand what your lead magnet is and the content of it. And I also recommend specifying the format and any specific information it should include in the ad. And I remember when I did the ad for my lead magnet, what I did was I asked it to use a copywriting formula called the before-after bridge. And so when you specify parameters like that, you're going to get better copy from the AI. And I will tell you that sometimes I use Claude for this, as it tends to write better the emails that sound more like me. And even though I give like ChatGPT and Claude like the exact same documentation and instructions, for some reason Claude seems to be able to pick up on my brand voice better than ChatGPT. And I will tell you that you're never going to get an email or anything written by the AI that sounds exactly like you. You're going to need to go through it and edit it to make it sound, more the way you would write things. So that's all I have for you today. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me for the workshop. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here, and I'll talk to you later.